everyone, and welcome back to RMTV Women's Podcast. We are here, we are alive, we are well. Well, I'd say we're like 95% well. One of Amy's legs isn't quite working.
No, it's gone on.
What's new?
Wow, this is weird. We have not made a podcast since before Liverpool played Everton, and that was the end of March. We are now the end of May, so I think we are due to say an apology, possibly. There have been things going on, a lot of things, a lot of
life moments.
Yes, a lot of unavailable time to sit down and do this. So yeah, things are now good. Things are now fine, progressing, normal-ish, moving. So it feels like the right week to sit down and have a bit of a chat, doesn't it?
It does, especially since there is only one game left.
Yes. Wow. That's gone fast.
So we thought we best, show our faces before
Regroup.
that happens. Yeah, go again. But yeah, we are back. Like I said, we're alive and well. A lot of life moments have happened. A lot of scheduling conflicts.
Yes,
It's just really important.
Does wow, look at us go. International women.
But yeah, we're here and
we're here.
We hope. I mean, I forgot how to say the intro and everything.
Yeah, that was a moment.
Yeah, it was a moment, but we're here.
We are.
Some bits and pieces to discuss. Obviously, we could sit here and talk about a whole 2 months.
Oh my God, yes. Oh yes.
Things, but we're just gonna stick to this week about what's happening.
We are. It's probably worth saying we are going to do an end of the season bigger video, which will hopefully cover a lot of things that we have missed. Let's be honest. So this isn't going to be that just for anyone interested, but there will be something that comes out which is a very much rounded view of the season.
Yeah. We will start with some bit, heartbreaking news. It was announced yesterday, so we're filming this on Wednesday, so it was announced on Tuesday that Riley Foster is set to leave the club at the end of this season. The club have chosen not to activate the 1-year clause that she has in her deal at the minute, which for her especially must be so heartbreaking. She did like a big thing on Instagram, which I'm sure most people have seen. But yeah, it is really sad to kind of see her Liverpool career come to an end the way it has done. Obviously, she hasn't featured for a very long time for Liverpool.
When would she have last featured?
I feel like it was a couple
year ago.
Yeah, I feel like it was a cup game. I want to say it's United or City. It was one of them. I think it was United, I want to say. Like
2021 is the last time she featured. Wow.
Yeah, obviously she had that awful car accident during the international break, which is
horrific.
I mean, absolutely awful. But yeah, obviously her being a lifelong Liverpool fan, growing up, eventually coming here playing for us.
Yeah,
was about to basically be our number one goalkeeper at the time. Basically, she was doing so well. But to have it kind of taken away from her in the way it has been is just awful. But yeah, it's part and parcel of one of those things at women's football. A lot of players don't have the opportunity to stick around for a long time. But I think what she's given to us in the short time that she did play for us has been some brilliant moments. Like I said there, some of the cup games that she featured in, especially.
Well, was it Sheffield United? She saved that penalty when we were in the Championship, if I remember, or was it in the cup? One of them. Well, she did like that penalty save was fantastic, and I remember she saved a few penalties, and like really, really saved us in last minute, like ditch attempts to salvage something. And I think the biggest compliment that we could probably pay to Riley is how she is like around the team, and how much like joy and charisma and everything she had like within the team, whether she was starting or whether she wasn't. Like she was always so positive and really like behind the team. And especially with what you said about her being, oh my god, you hear how loud my cat just meowed then? Oh my god, that was so loud. Did you hear that? Wow.
No.
Anyway, so people are gonna think I'm insane if they can't hear it. But yes, a massive personality, and as bigger impact off the pitch as she was on the pitch as well, and I think the biggest credit we can give to her is the bravery and resilience she's shown since obviously that awful accident that happened to her, and to be able to still like be around the team and be positive and essentially be like the team's #1 cheerleader since then. I think you must have such a strong character and mental state to be able to keep going after such tough times. And I really, really, really hope that she gets back on the pitch one day, whether that's in the future, whether that's close. I can imagine maybe not close just yet, but I think that's going to be a remarkable day, and every single person who knows her, supports Liverpool or doesn't, will really, really cherish that moment when you can see her back out doing what she loves to do. And by the way, it must take some absolute guts to even try and get back to football after such injury as well. So like that is just such a remarkable thing for us all to learn from as well. Like that as I said, that bravery and the ability to just keep going. Like a lot of people would be like, no, that's football done for me. I just can't feel the confidence again to be able, especially as a goalkeeper, dive onto the floor and whatever. But yeah, she'll be truly missed, but hopefully she stays close to home in some format and we can see her doing what she loves.
Yeah, well, she had obviously at the moment earlier on in the year, where she could get back out on the pitch and do some drills and stuff, and then she had a little setback. She had to have another operation again. But to go through like a year and a half worth of rehab to and like you said, still be such a positive person around the squad is a true testament to the person that she is. So yeah, like you said, hopefully in the near future she's back on the pitch playing again, whether that's in England, whether that's back in America, somewhere in Europe, you never know. I think she'd just be happy to get the gloves back on again. So fingers crossed.
Show her all the best. She will be missed.
Yeah, all the best, Riley.
All the best.
You feel so weird saying things like that. Like, we wish you all the best.
Yeah. No, it feels a bit formal, doesn't it?
Yeah, makes you feel old.
Yeah.
I did wonder why she was posting like walk down memory lane like photos, and
it all makes sense now, doesn't it?
Yeah, maybe she's just feeling sentimental,
nostalgic.
Yeah, but here we are. But yeah. We'll move on then. Obviously, like we said earlier on, one game left of the season. A big one. We play Man United at home on Saturday. 2:30 kickoff, which is really nice, by the way, that it's a Saturday and it's an early game. You've got like I don't know, it just feels nice. But yeah, obviously it's a big game.
Change.
Yeah, it's a big game for more so United than us, really. We can't move any further up the table anyway.
Also, we're safe. Hallelujah, we are safe.
Hallelujah. That's like the biggest relief ever. Like that's all I wanted this season, just be safe.
And it's not come down to the last game or last few games to decide that. What game was it? What game was it when we thought we got? So we lost to Leicester, didn't we? And it was still a bit like, and then we won against Reading, didn't we? Or did we draw against Reading? I can't remember now. It was that long ago. But around that period, I think, was when we felt a lot more safe. And obviously the results that we've had since then have been really, really positive. Man City obviously included in that. What a game that was. And it's felt nice not to have to take it to the last game. To secure ourselves in the WSL. Like, I wouldn't want to be like a Leicester or a Reading or anyone right now that's facing the last game of the season as like a be all end all. But yes, I'm happy we're safe, and a massive game this weekend, and I hope we beat them.
I hope we beat them as well, because
written in the stars.
But then also, like, I can imagine they'd feel like the same as in, like, we want to beat Liverpool, because that would be such like a bragging rights moment of, like, especially if obviously Chelsea have got to lose their game for them to win the title. But if that does happen, and United win it, like, on our home ground, like, that'd just be that'd be a wonderful moment for them. But fingers crossed that doesn't happen. I'm looking forward to the game, hoping the sun is shining, and the weather's nice. But yeah, it's kind of like a bittersweet moment, kind of, with the season coming to an end, because sometimes one of them where you're like, oh, like, it's tough going week in, week out and doing a lot of stuff, and especially, I mean, I know we haven't made a podcast for a while, but we've still kept up to date with doing the socials and stuff, and trying our best to bring you loads of news and stuff like that. So it does get to a point in the season where you're like, okay, I'm ready for like a mental break. And then also, you don't want to see something you enjoy doing go at the same time and having to wait. But then I feel like pre-season stuff comes around just as quick as the season finishes. So it's one of them. But yeah, I'm hoping we can just finish the season with a win. And then just
push on.
Regroup in the summer. Obviously, we've got Riley going. I'm pretty sure there'll be a few other people either coming in or going. Like I said, nothing lasts forever in women's football, but it'll be interesting to see what kind of recruitment we do in the summer, especially since we need to. I think we do really need to. I'm very happy with the squad that we've got at the minute, but I think there's definitely some areas that need improvement in terms of having a stronger squad in order to compete that little bit more next season. I mean, I think we've done exceptionally well at times, considering that we've just come back from 2 seasons in the Championship and having to deal with all that. This league has gotten stronger again, and we've managed to compete with some teams, especially the ones that a lot of people compared to, like, look at Tottenham last year compared to this year. It's just it changes all the time. So I'm hoping that we can kind of add to our squad in a way that is going to make us that little bit more competitive next season, to give us maybe something to look forward to. Like, I want us to compete in the cup competitions. I want us to get to the final stages. I want us to have something riding on our season to give us something to look forward to.
An outcome of some sort.
Yeah, rather than it just be, oh, we've finished, we've stayed up, for example. Like you said, they're staying up was a big achievement this season because of us just coming back. But I want that little bit extra. I want us to compete for something. I just want that little bit extra. And I think a lot of people will probably do the same with that.
I think we need to do similar to what Villa have done this season. Obviously, bringing in players like Rachel Daly and Jordan Nobbs and Kirsty Hansen as well. Like, we need to. I think with how we finished this season, it looks more advantageous for us to be able to have that bit more of a pull for those kinds of players to kind of leave, like an Arsenal or someone maybe a little bit older, a little bit more experienced in WSL, and then come to us. I think that would be like one of the more ideal scenarios. And like Villa are obviously around us in the table at the minute, but started off the season really, really strong. They've got the top goal scorer in Rachel Daly this season. So far, could change on the last day. But that sort of blueprint, I think, would fit us really nicely. And I agree. I think it's going to be quite brutal over the summer with people going and people coming in. And I think he's going to shed a lot of a lot of players who maybe aren't fitting into what he's trying to do, and maybe aren't featuring as much, or he doesn't see a future. And I think it will be brutal, and obviously it's very sad whenever anyone leaves. But for me, my God, make sure Fuka Nagano does not leave. Make sure she does not go anywhere. That's
give her whatever she wants.
And Ceri Holland, obviously, we've got a topic of conversation to talk about her as well. But a big part of it is bringing players in, but another part is keeping our key players tied down, and making sure that they stay. And obviously, another point which we haven't mentioned for a while is like the return of Leanne Kiernan. And it feels like because she's missed so much of this season, next season it's gonna be like she's a new signing, and that's gonna be really cool as well, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I think just to touch on like the Ceri Holland stuff, obviously she's been linked with a few teams, a few big teams in Europe, like PSG being one of them, which is obviously a huge compliment for her, especially after the season that she's had. You know, she has been brilliant for us. She's been brilliant for us since she came in, and she's kind of that person that like you expect to see on the team sheet, and if she isn't on the team sheet, it's the immediate panic of like, why isn't she then?
Is she injured or
but yeah, she's brilliant. And yeah, like you said, obviously Leanne Kiernan coming back from injury, that's been a big talking point for us this season, is obviously our forward line, with some of the injuries that we had, and obviously Shanice was out for a long time as well, so it was kind of just left to Katie Stengel for a long period of time. So yes, the season is ending, but it's nice to see Kiernan back on the pitch, just because that makes it easier for pre-season then for her. Like she'd have had a couple of minutes on the pitch, but she's got that full pre-season ahead of her again now with kind of no expectations.
And obviously, if she goes to the World Cup as well, we don't know whether
exactly, and that's like a huge tournament to kind of have a lot of players potentially playing in that as well. So it's gonna be a packed summer.
I really, 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 really hope that those transfer things with Ceri Holland are just rumours or whatever they are. I think she's only just signed a new contract recently, if I remember. Is it last summer? I don't know how long it was, but it'll go one way, won't it? She'll either sign a new contract in the summer if it runs out, or she might go somewhere else. If whatever. But someone commented on one of our posts, I think it was one about her, she had another year, which means if the people or the teams did want to sign her, they would have to pay whatever buyout clause or whatever it would be, which obviously would be, I'd imagine, quite a large sum because you're trying to keep players here, blah, blah, blah. And she will be a massive loss. She's such an engine in that middle, and when she's not playing, you can notice it. And she perfectly complements Nagano, who obviously stays a little bit deeper, which allows Ceri to get up. Possibly why we're seeing a few more goals from her, a few more assists from her, being involved in like the danger areas. So if we do lose her, that will be really, 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 really disappointing. But if we get a big fee for her, knows who comes in. So it's very much swings and roundabouts, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. It's one of them for me. Like the teams that she's been linked with, was it PSG, Juventus, and
Atletico
Madrid. I wouldn't go to any of them. Maybe the only one that appeals to me is Atletico Madrid, just because I prefer to live in Spain. Like, you know, that's the
fair dues. It's the prospect of like Champions League, though, isn't it? Like those teams
it's playing in those competitions, but how many times you see players leave for those European clubs and end up coming back?
They never play either. They never get cemented unless you're like
it's one of them, isn't it? I mean, this is definitely us just because we don't want it to leave, and we're saying, why would you want to go?
We're slightly compartmentalizing, aren't we?
Yeah, there's very many reasons why you would want to go and play for them, but
we just hope she doesn't advantage them or want them.
Why would you want to leave? Why?
Well, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. We're gonna manifest that she doesn't.
Yeah, I'd like to think she wouldn't. I think she's very happy.
No, agreed.
Yeah, and like I said, if it's kind of one of them where you're rebuilding the summer and you're kind of rebuilding a team around
Yes.
the likes of her, likes of Nagano, you know, you can do a lot with that midfield. So it's it could be a very exciting kind of progression to see.
Interesting to see what will happen
Yeah,
in the next few
but
months.
yeah, just trying to think. I mean, there's loads that we could discuss.
We've not got all night, girl.
Not got all night. Plus, like we said, we want to do like a big. It might even be like a 1 and 2 part, a kind of thing of like first half of the season, second half of the season video, where we just want to kind of dissect with other people how our season's gone and kind of get a few opinions on that. So yeah, I mean, fingers crossed we can end the season well on Saturday with a win. And like we said, big summer of football coming up with the World Cup, and also more than likely going to be a lot of transfers going on in women's football again. So it'll be an interesting summer. But yeah, thanks for having us back. We hope you're all still here.
Good to be back. Back in it.
Nice to be back. Yeah, nice to be back and doing something like this again. We will eventually get off Zoom, guys. We will.
We keep saying that, but at this point, who knows? Who knows?
Who knows? You know, it's just easy. It's fine. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. We will see you all with some post-match stuff on Saturday. And in the next couple of weeks with the end of season video. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. Remember to like the video, comment, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you all soon with a new podcast.
Bye.